Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to be welding up our shift linkage. So we got our Harbor Freight Flux 125 welder. We went and got a hood. We got some .030 welding wire, some gloves, and we made our jig up for our shift selector. Put a little 1/2-inch threaded rod in there. We're going to get a nice bead around each side and then lay another bead down the middle, and this should hold nice and secure. So yeah, join me guys, follow along, check it out. This is my first time running a flux core welder. I'm familiar with how to stick weld, especially on larger steel, inch and greater, but this is going to be my first time trying this one out, so let's see how she does. All right, so before we get into the welding, guys, this is the jig that I made up for our shift selector. I did cut the Z3 shift selector a little too short. I did want to put a valley in here, just not as big. But when I went to go test fit it up against the car based off my measurements, I had to spread it out a little bit more so I could get the shifter right at dead center when the car was in neutral. So anyway, center to center is 8 inches and 5/16 wide. So that's center of your rod here and center of your rod here. I put a little piece of sheet metal here to try to keep the slag and the junk off the wood, although I know it's going to be impossible. This welder looks a little rowdy from the other YouTube videos. And then what I did was I put my welding magnet here just to square everything up. So essentially what we're going to do is we're going to get a couple tacks in here on each side, make sure that this is nice and solid. At that point we can pull it out of the jig and then we can finish welding all the way around the selector rod. So yeah, let's get to it. All right, so not the best welds in the world, but I think she's gonna hold up. I got 2 beads tacking on the 1/2-inch rod, and then I sent one down the middle, and then we're gonna wait for this to cool off. We'll grind it up and get a little paint on it. But while we wait for it to cool, let's head over and let's start on the exhaust. All right, we got the selector rod. We've got a coat of paint on it. Wait for that to dry and give it a little test fit. And then the exhaust, definitely not the prettiest, but you can tell, you know, in some areas I'm kind of starting to get the hang of it. Others in the beginning, not so much. But I just ground it down, check for any holes. We're gonna get a couple coats of paint on this, and then this will be ready to mount up. All right, guys, so we got everything assembled. You can see the selector rod there. I had to recut it. I took a mismeasurement. The transmission wasn't fully aligned into its proper position. We got some Condor Speed Shop solid mounts for the trans. The exhaust is all mounted up with the heat shields. And yeah, we're gonna save the we're gonna save the sway bars and the X-brace for another day. I'm just kind of rushing, so I just want to take it easy, get this thing off the stands, and we'll see if we can't take it for a test drive. Pretty excited. Just gonna double check under the hood, make sure we don't have any leaks or any smoke or anything funny. We got the whole inside of the engine cleaned up for the most part. Painted the rad support, wiped everything down. No funny noises. No leaks from what I can tell. Everything looks good. Holy smokes, what a day. All right, so she's idling out of the garage finally after almost, geez, 3 months. Ready to go for a test drive. No muffler, no interior. I gotta throw the seat in. Oh, new shifter. I didn't show you guys that. Short shifter. See how she goes. I really don't like it, to be honest. It's sitting cockeyed, but I'm sure that has something to do with my custom selector rod. No tail light. We're gonna let her warm up, throw this seat in, and let's take her for a ride. See how she does. All right, guys, here we go. First test drive. Let's see how she does. Take it easy, go around the block, make sure we don't have any funny vibrations. Everybody's quarantining and outside now. Take it easy in the neighborhood. The shifter feels good. I don't know if you guys can see, it's a little cockeyed to the right. And I think what's doing that is the reverse. It's so far kicked over. So you just give it a little tap here and then get it in the first right there. And she goes. The diff is whining. You can hear it. It's making a little bit of noise. I'm sure it's going to need a rebuild. Started to do that while I still had the automatic transmission in about a day or two after I bought the vehicle. So it is what it is. We'll get it out. I didn't see any shavings in it when I changed the fluid. There's 0 metallics in it. Looked like it had some royal purple in it. It's pretty expensive stuff. I'm thinking maybe that was a remedy before I bought the car, was that they changed the diff fluid and thought that was going to fix it. It did for a little while. I drove it an hour and a half home from Philadelphia and didn't hear anything, so not a big deal. Pulse sounds good, strong, completely different vehicle. I mean, it was just lifeless with the automatic transmission. And now she's got a little oomph. Nothing crazy, but feels good, and I think this car is going to be a lot of fun and for the weekends and tinkering with. Ooh, gotta watch first gear. It goes into first gear pretty easy when you're rolling. Definitely money shifted. Yeah, guys, so this is the first test drive, just tooling around the neighborhood. In the upcoming episode, we'll bring you guys up to the Watchung Mountains and go on some windy roads and see how she does. All right, guys, so yeah, first impressions of the car. Ran pretty good, a couple funny noises. We'll have to look into it. Still got to throw the sway bars on and put the muffler on. But yeah, she's running good. She's running strong. I'm kind of questioning now whether or not the Vanos needs to be replaced. But yeah, I'll let you guys know. And yeah, thanks for watching again. Appreciate you guys spending your time with me. Time to get back to work, my Monday through Friday. And yeah, we'll see you guys soon, all right? I'll put a link in the description below for some of the parts I used, including the welding supplies. And yeah, just give it a like, comment, let me know what you guys think. Thanks a lot.